today at EssentialTech, we actually try and develop innovations that can address challenges that are found primarily in low and middle income countries. And so the goal is to then develop this in a way that's adapted to those contexts. And then usually when the technology or innovation is ready, the model today is to typically find somewhere where this can be manufactured in the most efficient way, which involves centralizing some of that manufacturing in a subcontracted fashion in Asia. But we were starting to think that if we wanted to actually have impact with this technology, we need to try and also localize the manufacturing rather than invent these things elsewhere and have them manufactured in faraway countries. It was actually going to be a good idea to try and have what we call local manufacturing of some of these technologies. And of course, now the collapse that we saw that came as a result of China closing, having to close down completely, really awoken not only us, but the entire world in terms of rethinking how we set up this manufacturing supply chain, so to speak. So it really strengthened some of of the work that we are trying to go towards the area of promoting local manufacturing. In our case, we have a particular interest, for example, in sub-Saharan Africa, trying to really see how we can strengthen and make this become a reality. In some ways, some projects that we thought were going to come to an end at a certain point, we've now are rethinking on how to actually, reconfigure them so that they can take into consideration some of the challenges that we saw at COVID. For example, one of the projects that we had was a project concerning a transparent mask. So the original goal of trying to do this project was in relation to making it possible for those who are caregivers to share some empathy with their patients. But now it turns out that, in fact, now, as you can imagine, now masks have become very central in today's themes. But now we have to think also, originally these masks were supposed to just be protective. In other words, if you wear them, you protect yourself from being able to infect the other person. But obviously now we also need masks that can also protect us from, these were some of the elements that were not necessarily factored in original parts at EssentialTech. So we're thinking about how to make those fact. And recently, even at the EPFL recognized one project that we have in terms of oxygen. How can we produce machines that are durable, that can function in low-cost settings, that can provide medical oxygen? And of course, medical oxygen, this was intended for other patient groups, and it so turned out that medical oxygen is actually useful, obviously, for cases of this kind. And I believe, I haven't seen this, that one of our projects is actually indicated as one of EPFL's initiatives that could have a relevance in this sector.